Loss does not arrive to destroy you. It arrives to show you what you were building on. This is not a story. This is a letter, written by a frog who had everything: a full pond, a family, a lily pad he had called home for 11 years. A life so complete that he stopped checking whether it was real or just comfortable. And then the drought came, and in 40 days, all of it was gone. What followed was the loneliest, most honest education of his life. And there are 4 things he wishes, with everything he has left, that someone had whispered to him before that summer arrived. This is that letter. The first thing: the pond was never yours. Tad had believed, without ever saying it out loud, that the pond belonged to him. Not officially, not on paper, but in the quiet way that familiarity becomes ownership. He had been there so long, known every lily pad by shape, every corner by memory, every current by feeling. So when the water began to recede, slowly at first, then faster than he could process, his first feeling was not fear, it was betrayal. How could this happen to me? To my pond? And that word, my, was the first wound. Because the pond had never been his. It had simply been where he lived. And somewhere between arriving and settling, he had confused the two. Confused presence for possession. Confused familiarity for permanence. The drought did not take his pond. It simply reminded him that he had never owned it. If someone had told him this earlier, he would have held it differently, loved it more honestly, prepared more quietly. He would have known that nothing you can lose was ever truly yours to begin with. The second thing: you waited too long to tell the ones you loved what they meant to you. There was a frog named Mira who lived on the eastern lily pad. She had been there his whole life, steady, constant, the kind of presence you stop seeing because they have always been there. When the drought came, Mira left early, found water elsewhere, moved on the way creatures do when survival asks them to. She left on a Thursday morning, and Tad realized, standing at the edge of a pond that was becoming mud, that he had never once told her what her steadiness had meant to him. Not once, because he had assumed there would be time. There is never as much time as the ordinary days make you believe. Say the thing, today, before the drought that is coming for everyone eventually makes the saying impossible. The third thing: the drought was not the enemy, the drought was the editor. When the water was gone, everything that remained was only what was essential, not comfortable, essential. The roots that had always been there, invisible beneath the water, were suddenly exposed, and Tad discovered that some of them were stronger than he knew. His ability to sit with discomfort, his instinct to keep moving even when moving felt pointless, his capacity for silence without falling apart inside it. He had not known these things about himself. The full pond had never required him to find out. The drought did not destroy his life. It edited it, down to the sentence that actually mattered. And what remained, though painful and small and nothing like what he had before, was more truly his than anything the full pond had ever given him. The fourth thing: starting over is not going back. It is the bravest kind of forward. The morning Tad found a new pond, smaller, unfamiliar, nothing like home, he stood at its edge for a long time. Every instinct said this was defeat, but there was something else underneath the grief, something quiet and stubborn and almost embarrassing in how small it was. Hope. Not the big kind, not the kind that arrives with certainty, just the small, persistent, unreasonable belief that something real could be built here, again, with what he now knew that he did not know before. He stepped in. The water was cool, and he began. This letter is not really from a frog. It is from every version of you that has ever lost something it thought was permanent. The relationship, the certainty, the version of life you had carefully arranged and quietly assumed would hold. If you are in the drought right now, I want you to know that what is being edited out was never the whole story. And if you want to understand what the drought is trying to show you, the Mirror Moment Worksheet was made for exactly this. A simple self-reflection tool. Just you and the questions that help you see clearly what remains when everything else is stripped away. $1, link below. His name was Tad, and the second pond became the truest home he ever had. Stay with us. The pond has more stories to tell.